the Buffalo Bills are really good. And here's the difference between the Bills and the Jets at present. The Bills are a sum of their parts. The Jets are a lot of parts, looking for a sum right now. And everybody's assuming that the Jets' parts will come up with some wins. But right now, the sum of the Bills' parts are coming up with W's. And you got Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things. And without their top pass rushers, right? Without their top running back, without a fully healthy Khalil Shakir, without supposed unstoppable threats at wide receiver, they're winning. They're winning. They don't turn it over to you. They just don't. They don't make that mistake. And the Buffalo Bills have Josh Allen. And you don't. And in more ways, that's going to win. Now, we have not seen over the last 3 weeks that dominant team that we saw, certainly against Jacksonville on that Monday night, that put Jacksonville in a little bit more of a tailspin. And we didn't see over the last 3 weeks the Bills team that punked Miami. I think a lot of people in retrospect look at that game and think that Tua went out much earlier than he did. And that's part of the reason why the Bills took care of business so significantly, but they were taking care of business significantly before Tua went out in that game. And I understand that the Bills started slowly in that week 1 game against Arizona before succeeding, before losing to Baltimore and Houston. But what the Bills are 4-2 in a division that is certainly less than right now. And if you believe Davante Adams' acquisition by the Jets will cure many of their ills and mistakes that their parts have made, that if you feel that way, that Davante Adams will actually improve things for the Jets. Bills have won both division games that they played on the road. They're going to win this division. They're going to win it. Because the Bills get Miami at home, top of November. Might be a little bit chilly. Jets are going to go their second to last game of the season, sandwiched around 2 games against New England. So Bills are going to win this division. If they don't, it would be a stunner. And you are what you are. And what they are 4-2. And if it's Taylor Rapp coming in and making plays.
That dude was everywhere.
Or Taron Johnson coming back and making plays. They'll do it. If it's Ray Davis over Ty Johnson out of the blue. By the way, I'm one of the many James Cook fantasy owners that thought Ty Johnson would be the go-to guy. And then this kid, Ray Davis, was superb. Superb. Okay. And, you know, they made a ton of mistakes last night too, but they overcame them.
Yeah, I weirdly think the Jets and Bills are very similar. I think Allen has taken his game to a little bit different level this year. He has no turnovers this year, which is kind of surprising because the last few seasons he's been among the league leaders in interceptions and fumbles. And whereas Aaron Rodgers, he has 5 interceptions this year. He's had 5 seasons with only 5 or less interceptions. So I think that's kind of the big difference right now. I think they're very similar teams. You saw it last night.
Well, I think the Bills are, and by the way, Allen is a fumble, but he has no interceptions.
Yeah.
The difference is one team plays like a team, and the other team is looking for the teamwork, where the offense and the defense and the special teams come in and one unit doesn't fall flat. I mean, opening drive for the Jets last night, their defensive coordinator's been elevated to being the interim head coach, and Ray Davis ran right down the field on him. A rookie ran right down the field on him. After, by the way, the Bills didn't break to start the game. And they lose Von Miller to suspension. I mean, A.J. Epinesa comes up with moves on Tyron Smith, who's going to the Hall of Fame, and he dominated. And he's definitely not the first guy you think of to dominate on defense for the Bills, but he did last night. Taylor Rapp being another one. I could go on and on. That's the difference between the Bills and the Jets. One is the sum of their parts, and the other one are parts looking for a sum. Hoping that they're going to find it. Certainly with Devontae Adams joining, because they have an incredibly talented offense, the Jets now. I mean, on paper. I mean, it's insane when you look at it.
And Breece Hall had his best game of the year last night.
And so did and Lazard and Garrett Wilson had 100-yard receiving games. So the Jets do have something to hang their hats on, but too many mistakes. And the Bills overcame their mistakes. And they're 4-2. And now you look at their schedule about moving forward. They go home for Tennessee. They visit Seattle, which is suddenly struggling. Miami, we're assuming Tua is going to be back for that. If he's not, they're going to sweep the Dolphins. They could even do it with Tua there. They're at Indianapolis. I mean, Flacco or Richardson not getting scared. Then there's that Week 11 game. That'll be the litmus test where a lot of people will go, well, who have they really beaten over the last few weeks? And they lost to Baltimore and they lost to Houston. Who have they really beaten this year? The Bills are set up to be the who have they really beaten team of 2024 right now. If they go into that Kansas City game with a head of steam, that I think they will. Then there's a bye. Home for San Francisco on a Sunday night. And then two road games inside domes. And then they finish up with their 2 games against New England sandwiched around a Jets team coming into their house a couple days before 2025 hits. Listen, they're 4-2. I think the schedule favors them quite a bit. They're going to get healthier. And Josh Allen is going to be an MVP candidate. I think he's he'll finish in MVP voting. For sure. 100%. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.